My name is Sarah Cahill. I've had Gather for just a little over 2 years, so we've really enjoyed being in this space. We started out serving 5 days a week, now we're open 7 days a week, and we have evening hours as well. So we're a neighborhood bistro, and we just really work to build community first. Kind of one of those, if you build it, they will come kind of concepts. You know, if we are listening to our community and offering the things that they are asking for, then we'll do well as a business. And so we try to kind of prioritize that relationship over the bottom line initially so that we can really grow a business that's going to be useful for the people who frequent it. I've been in the restaurant business since 2007. I went to culinary school in New York and I worked in crazy New York restaurants, and it was the insanity of the New York restaurant scene that taught me that I did not want to be in New York, as much as it's a really exceptional place to learn and for food in general. But you know, I learned French technique, which I think gives you kind of a solid culinary foundation. It allows you to pull in kind of any type of food that you want to prepare. I moved to North Carolina and I was executive chef of a lodge there within the year and stayed there for 5 years. My husband and I met while we were down there, and we both kind of quit our jobs and honeymooned and then landed back here in York. I worked doing small event catering and food styling. I taught at the Yorktown Business Institute. You know, I was kind of just growing my catering business a little bit when I found this space here that is now Gather. And it was a coffee shop before me, so it was nice because it had a footprint and it had customers. And so we didn't buy their business, we bought the space, but we sort of did inherit some of those customers. And in many ways, we've continued some of the things that they did that made this space special by keeping, you know, local artwork and pay it forward fund. And I think those things are really valuable assets to our community. And so, as I said, we've been here a little over 2.5 years. It's just been, I don't know, you know, we learn new things every day and continue to grow and change and evolve. And I think we've been successful. I mean, I've been a vegetarian before. My sister-in-law is vegetarian. My mother-in-law is vegetarian. My mother-in-law's partner is lactose intolerant and doesn't eat red meat. So the lowest common denominator sometimes, you know, at household meal events is a vegan option. But truthfully, the reason I started aggressively serving more vegan food is because I was being asked. And, you know, as I said, I really work hard to kind of build that relationship with our community. And one of the things that we tell people is like, ask us. We cook from scratch. This is a scratch kitchen by and large. And so we really are able to cook things on the fly that are not on our menu, which includes vegan options. Because we prepare things in-house, we know what is in them. So I can tell you if a dressing has honey in it or if it doesn't. And then of course, I can make a dressing really quickly. If you're like, I'm vegan, I can't have that, it has honey in it, then we're really able to be responsive to that. But it was definitely just, you know, a handful of people that were asking us to serve more vegan options. And then most importantly, that those people showed up and ate that food when we prepared it. I said, you know, I'll happily consistently put a plant-based option on, you know, first and third Fridays. Our menu already has plant-based options, but we recently took the initiative to, you know, try to just make it a little easier for people to see those features as they exist on our menu. So we've identified things as specifically vegan, vegetarian, or gluten-free. And sometimes that means just like saying this is the vegan ironic or the vegan breakfast bowl. And all that means is that everything that is on that is going to be plant-based. So that there's no confusion if we say can be made vegan, that you don't accidentally order something under the assumption that, you know, or there's a miscommunication. So we just try to keep it really simple. Like, we have vegan options. Here's what they are. You know, that's the biggest challenge, is that our vegan guests, for better or worse, are a very small percentage of our business clientele. And when it comes to purchasing foods in a restaurant setting, we're typically buying wholesale. So buying large quantities of things that a very small percentage of our customer base uses means that we have a lot of inventory on hand that's disproportionate to the amount of that inventory that we use on a daily basis. So in some ways, we've gotten smarter. We make our own plant-based eggs in-house. We found a quality cheese that we really like that melts really nicely versus some of the things that we've been able to get retail. And then of course we round that out with retail products. Because it is a smaller percentage of our population, we're paying an upcharge for those things, but we are also minimizing the amount of inventory that we keep on hand, which means that the product is fresh. And so really that responsiveness has been huge for us in terms of keeping those items on and keeping it going.
You recently had the South Central Pennsylvania vegan drinks.
Yeah.
How did that go, and what were some of your dishes that you made for that?
Yeah, I gotta tell you what, we had a blast. We had so much fun. We were unprepared for the number of people that came. I thought we had like 15. We were basically full. And because we publicized that beyond just the group, like we posted it as an event for us as well, there were people that came who were not part of the South Central PA Vegan Drinks group, who just came because they knew we were doing a vegan dinner, which is really cool. I'm super thrilled that we're hosting another one on May 19th, same group, and hopefully, we'll put some more people on, so hopefully we'll have like a huge crowd like we did last time, because honestly, everyone was so lovely as customers. I found them to be so kind and responsive, and I think they're just generally super grateful that they've got this meal that is really prepared with intention. And I think that that's a distinction that is important to make about preparing foods that are specifically for vegans or vegetarians to eat versus like have a salad or here are some sides that are vegetarian. That's not thoughtful. And no matter what your diet is, whether you're diabetic and you can't eat this, or you have fructose intolerance and you can't eat that, or gluten intolerance, whatever it is, you deserve to have a full, well-rounded, thoughtful meal. And that's something that I feel really passionately about, is that, I want someone who comes here to feel like they're getting the full experience no matter what they're eating. And that's why I think people come to us when they have dietary restrictions, is they know, because we're a scratch kitchen, that we're gonna be like, what do you want to eat today? Let's make it work. How can we make this a well-rounded experience for you? So anyway, I digress, but on the 19th of May, we are doing another South Central PA Vegan Drinks dinner. And I think the most popular menu item from last time was the cacio e pepe. And I actually think that even though most people ate that last time, I'm gonna put it on again just because it was so popular. We also did the General Tso's cauliflower, which is the recipe from Revival Social Club. Jess Ayala was really super kind and shared 2 of her recipes, just gave them to us and said like, here, these are yours to run with. They're recipes that were really popular at Revival. And that was our favorite place to eat too. So it's really kind of a nice connection to be able to like take that and run with it and continue the tradition. And many restaurants just slightly reinvent things that other places do. And so it's cool to be able to share that piece of York kind of history that I know people have an attachment to. We did a sesame cabbage, which I'm so obsessed with. It's very easy to make. It is delicious. We did a chocolate mousse. And so for the next one, I do have some ideas about what we're looking to do then. I'm looking at a pumpkin tiramisu. I've been making for a long time this lemongrass coconut curry broth. Do it with sesame, seared tofu, and zucchini noodles. And I just love spicy. To me, it's really hearty. I mean, it's great for a cold day, but I just find it to be like a flavorful noodle dish. And then beyond that, I'm still brainstorming. I'm glad that we have a little more lead time this go round than we did last time, just so I can kind of continue to tease ideas and think about things. So I'm open to suggestion. If somebody has something that they're like, I need to try this thing, put that on the group. I'd love to hear what that looks like. So hopefully it's a full crowd. If you're coming, definitely RSVP or call and let us know you're coming. And that way we can kind of be a little better prepared. And we may even set up the menu online if people want to pre-order. That's an option that we could take advantage of, and that might help to kind of make the time for you all a little more engaging and meaningful, where you're not standing, placing your order, but just kind of spending time together and talking, which is the point, right? To get together and engage. I think also that people really love that we serve breakfast all day long. That holds a special place in people's hearts. And so, there's plenty of people that come in and they order vegan ironic or a vegan breakfast bowl, and that's what they have for dinner. I don't know, it's been great. I've had such a great response from the plant-based community. I feel like there's so much potential for growth, and we're definitely doing, so in terms of speaking to future events, we're obviously doing the May Social with South Central PA Vegan Drinks, but then also Harvest Week is part of Restaurant Week this year. I'm on the board of the York City Independent Restaurant Association, and I recommended Harvest Week. And the reason I did is because I know there are vegan and vegetarian members of our community who don't feel like they get to participate in Restaurant Week because it's not really speaking to them. And so I was like, let's focus on that for once. And maybe that helps to bring people who go to those restaurants regularly who wouldn't normally try something that is plant-based. Maybe it helps to bring them into the fold, or gives them an opportunity to try something. If hey, my favorite restaurant makes this, maybe it's good. And so I know that not every restaurant will interpret Harvest to be, plant-based or vegan and vegetarian, but that was the way that I thought about it when I promoted it to the group. And so I'm really excited to kind of lean into that and do vegan and vegetarian options and see, how that resonates with our community. Gather 256 is located at 256 West Philadelphia Street. We're in the WECO micro district of downtown York, PA, just on the other side of Cadorus Creek. You can find us at www.gather256.com, and we're also on Facebook and Instagram. And one of the things that comes up all the time when people are coming to visit us is parking. We have plenty of free street parking out front on West Philadelphia Street, and once you've crossed the bridge on Philadelphia Street, that first left or the second left, there's a parking lot right there at Foundry Park Boat Basin that has free 2-hour parking. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget that Give Local is on May 2nd, and we would love it if you would donate to Animal Advocates of South Central PA.